Hey guys, how you doing? Now, this one is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, and today we will compare it to the Amazfit Balance and see which one is better. So we will cover things like the battery life, what features you can expect, the specs, the health functions, and a little bit more. But the first thing that we're gonna check out is the price. Alright, it's pretty easy if we talk about the Amazfit Balance. So at least over here in Germany, you can grab this one for 250 euros in all stores, and at least at the point of recording this video, there are no deals at all. Now, it's a little bit different with the Galaxy Watch 6. So we're talking about the active, not the classic version today. And there are two different variations and two different sizes. So you can either get it in the Bluetooth or the LTE version. And then there is a smaller 40 and a bigger 44mm one. The smaller Bluetooth version will come in at the price of 290 euros. And the larger one will cost you something around 310 euros. But it always depends on where you're looking. It can get a little bit cheaper on Amazon. And if you're looking at some online stores, the prices range from 260 to 350 euros. But I guess I will just put the links down below in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Now let's check out some of the specs and the design. And let's start with the Amazfit Balance. Now right here we got a large 46mm smartwatch with a 1.5-inch AMOLED touch display with a resolution of 480 by 480 pixel. Plus the screen lights up with a peak of 1500 nits. Now the screen tempers just a little bit off towards the edges of the watch, but it's very minimal. You get a classy looking smartwatch with a 22mm liquid silicone strap with a quick release feature that fits on wrist sizes between 14 to 21 centimeters. Now on the side of the watch we get two physical buttons, of which the upper crown is rotatable, and unlike with the Amazfit GTR and GTS series, this one doesn't turn as easy anymore and has little resistance to it, which is a good thing. Also, both buttons are customizable and you can hook them up with any of your applications, but by default you will get to your Alexa voice assistant and to your workouts. Now overall, this watch weighs in at 35 grams without the strap. It's compatible with Android and iOS smartphones and comes in the colors Sunset Gray and Midnight Black. The Galaxy Watch 6 comes with a large 1.5-inch Super AMOLED screen and sapphire crystal glass and an always-on display mode. A big improvement is the brightness level. Now the older version came with 1000 nits. Now this one has 2000 nits, which is definitely bright enough for some workouts out in the sun or if you just want to watch some tiny videos on your smartwatch. Now this watch comes with 16 gigs of internal storage, which should be enough for all of your games, your pictures and apps, and it is water resistant up to 5 ATM. Now as for the case, you can expect to get an aluminum frame and haptic bezel, which is a bit slimmer now compared to the Galaxy Watch 5, and this watch is once again only compatible with Android smartphones with Android 10 and above. Now if we take a closer look, you can definitely see that you get a clean cut on the top of the watch and it doesn't temper off towards the edges. Now on the side you will find two physical buttons and both are customizable, like you can connect any of your apps to the upper button or you can open up your recently opened apps with the lower one, or by long pressing you will get to your Google Voice Assistant. Now the next point that I have on my list is the built-in GPS and the activity tracking. Now I honestly don't see such a big difference in the GPS accuracy of those two watches. Now the GPS of the Amazfit watch is a bit shaky throughout the whole workout and is not always on track. But you can definitely work with this one. Plus it doesn't make a difference between out in the park or in the city. Now on the Galaxy Watch 6 you definitely get better results throughout the workout. It's more consistent and doesn't have as much deviations. Now the bigger difference are in the activity tracking. Now both definitely have more than enough sport modes, like you get water sports, running and walking, hiking and strength training. And both also recognize automatically if you're working out. But just the Galaxy Watch has a few more features. There's a running code with which you can start different guided running programs with warm-up and everything to lose some fat, build endurance or whatever. And you can adjust the workout display. Now there are up to 6 different metrics that you can customize and swap out, whereas on the Amazfit you only get 4 of them. What I also want to mention is that it is much more comfortable to wear the Galaxy Watch with a soft silicone strap than to wear the bulky Amazfit Balance. Alright, up to the health tracking. Now both watches of course come with the standard health tracking features. You will get a heart rate sensor which tracks all day and all night and even give you some heart rate alerts whenever you are above or below a certain level. We get an SpO2 tracker, stress tracking and a sleep tracking. But right here the Amazfit Balance is a little bit special. Now on this watch you can get Aura. This one is a great addition to this watch and it fits the name Balance. So if you open up the app on your smartwatch, it will play some soothing melodies for you, and in the app you can get a free 3-month trial so you can interact with the sleep AI and ask sleep related questions and it will factor in your sleep history and you get some more metrics regarding your sleep. So basically it's an upgraded sleep tracker, but it does cost 70 euros a year, which is quite a lot, and I really dislike that. It's basically like Fitbit premium features. Also, the Balance has the readiness score. It's like the Garmin body battery and shows you how much energy you got left for the day based on different contributors like your sleep, HRV, breathing quality, or the mental and physical recovery. Also, both watches have a body composition tracker, and these are the only smartwatches that I know of that have this feature. Now, this one tells you how much water you got in your body, your BMI, your BMR, skeletal muscle, fat mass, and a few more things. One addition to those things I just mentioned, you will get also an ECG and a blood pressure feature on the Galaxy Watch 6. And on the Balance, you will get the usual one-tap measuring. Now up to the smart features, and like always, let's start with what they have in common. So you got the phone feature, with which you can start calls right from your watch or receive and decline incoming calls. You will also get a voice assistant on those two watches. It's the Alexa voice assistant on the Amazfit and Google on the Galaxy Watch 6. And you can do all of the standard voice commands, but Google just works a little bit better in my experience. Now on both watches you can also receive all of your notifications, but you can only reply with quick reply options on the Balance if it's hooked up with an Android smartphone. And on the Galaxy Watch 6 you can freely reply to all of your messages with either some smileys, you can use quick replies, or even write your own messages if you want to, and you can even send some voice messages. Also, the Galaxy Watch 6 supports the WhatsApp app, with which you can actually start conversation on your own and look at all the chat histories. Also, navigating on these two watches is different. Of course, you can swipe on the screen on both watches, but on the Balance you have the rotatable crown with which you can scroll through your notifications in sport modes, and on the Galaxy Watch 6 you have a haptic bezel with basically the same functions. Now, next up we have the watch faces. So both come with a pretty large collection of watch faces, and you even get some always on display styles on those watches, but the ones that you get on the Galaxy Watch are just much more colorful, they are better animated, and you can even let the AI create some new watches just for you. Now on the Galaxy Watch you get the Google Play Store with a huge selection of apps including YouTube Music, then Spotify and a few more. Now the Balance doesn't have Google, and you have to download all of your apps from the App Store, which doesn't include Spotify, which makes it so much harder to download music to your smartwatch for some offline music. Also on the Galaxy Watch you get gesture controls, which are missing on the Balance, like with a little knock knock motion you can open up different apps on your smartwatch. You can also change up the phone style and the size, and you get a few more extra small features. So overall you get a lot more features on the Galaxy Watch 6. Alright, now up to the battery life, and this might be the biggest difference between these two watches. So we all probably know that Samsung watches are known for the long lasting battery life, and it's no other with the Galaxy Watch 6. Now of course it always depends on your usage, but you more or less get a day and a half out of this watch, and with a little luck maybe even 2 days. So it's more or less between something 1 and 2 days of battery life. The Amazfit Balance is much better. In comparison to the Samsung, Amazfit smartwatches are known for the battery life. The Balance will last the whole 2 weeks on normal usage, but if you turn on the always on display mode, it will drop down to around 5 days, which is still at least twice as long as what we get with the Galaxy Watch. And guys, there we have it. If you like that video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. Now, I also do all of my videos in German on another channel. I will leave down the link in the description down below if you want to check it out. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.